So how did my lung collapse? Well, basically 3 weeks ago, we were in Thunder Bay, Ontario, running some volleyball clinics, and I blogged about this, so you can check it out. And while I was on the treadmill doing our workout one day, I just started getting some chest pains. I thought I was getting a stitch. I kind of ignored it because I didn't think anything was wrong. But then I was getting short of breath, so I kind of slowed down a little. I was trying to run through it, see if that would help. Nothing was working. So eventually I just stopped completely. I just hadn't felt that kind of pain before when I was working out, so I obviously thought something was wrong. Our trainer came and checked me out, also thought everything was okay. Maybe my back was spasming or something, putting some extra pressure on my lungs, but I continued the workout as normal. I just cut my cardio a little shorter and, thought it would pass. And the next day we had this game against Lakehead. I played through that. I was in some pain, but, nothing that you couldn't heal with a couple ibuprofen. So anyways, our Thunder Bay trip was over. I flew back to Winnipeg and kept training for a couple days until I could get my doctor's appointment in, which was on a Wednesday. And so this whole lung collapse thing happened on that Saturday when I was on the treadmill. And I went to my doctor. He took some x-rays and just turned out that I had a collapsed lung. My entire right lung was like this little blurb of stuff in my entire chest cavity. And he's like, yeah, your entire right lung has collapsed. And I was in shock. He's like, well, we're gonna have to go to the hospital. And I said, right now? He's like, yeah, you pretty much shouldn't wait. And I kind of thought I was going to maybe get a shot or, I don't know, take some pills or something and that would reinflate my lung. But he told me to expect to be in the hospital for maybe 2 to 3 days or even as long as a week, depending on how long it took. And I just started crying. He told me, go home, pack a couple, some clean underwear and some t-shirts and stuff, and then basically go right to the hospital. So my team manager, Nicole,
What's up?
met me at home. And luckily, I was smart and took a shower because it was my last shower for a week. I hadn't showered since Wednesday, and I've gone to sponge shower myself, but my hair was getting really gross, so they put this shower cap on, and it's got shampoo in it, and this is how I get to shower now. So I just massage it all in, and in about 5 minutes I can take it off, but it's like a shower in a bag. And we went to the hospital, and I got into emergency pretty much right away, and the nurse was taking me to my bed, and she's like, what are you coming in for? And I said, well, my right lung collapsed. And she's like, well, it can't be completely collapsed because you wouldn't be walking. Most people, she said, when their lung collapses, actually go unconscious. So I was like, well, that's what my doctor told me. So anyways, so I ended up getting more x-rays done at the hospital, and it turns out my right lung was entirely collapsed. And they were pretty impressed because I told them that I'd played a volleyball game, I'd gone through practices for the next 4 days, and they just couldn't believe that I was so high functioning just with one lung. And then I told them that, well, I'd actually been in Thunder Bay over the weekend, and I'd flown home to Winnipeg after the weekend, and they all just started laughing. And I was like, why are you laughing? And they're like, well, if you fly with a collapsed lung, usually it's fatal and you should die. And I was like, what? I just couldn't believe this. Now, the air that's surrounding your lung expands when you go into high altitudes, such as on a plane, and that crushes your heart and your liver and all those vital organs inside. So they asked me if I'd had even any pain on the flight, and I was like, no, I put my iPod in and I went to sleep because it was so early, and then I just woke up when we were in Winnipeg. So they were pretty impressed by that too. But they're gonna stick a tube in between my ribs here and try to suck out some of the air to try to inflate the lung that is collapsed.
It's not gonna be like the needle.
Going into my body.
Oh my god.
It's in, isn't it? And that tube was actually in me for the next 3 days, and it was attached to a box. Whoa, what is that?
So this is the pressure inside of your chest.
Whoa!
Breathe in and out.
How high can I get it? Whoa, that kind of hurt.
And those bubbles are the air in the chest that are coming out.
And if you cough,
Oh. Okay, I'll stop playing with it.
how you feeling?
Well, there's a tube in my chest, so, I'm feeling pretty
awesome.
average.
Yeah, pretty good. Alright.
I'm going home.
Am I still frozen?
Oh yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you'll be frozen. Absolutely.
yeah, I carried that box with me everywhere. And after 3 days, that didn't work, so we found out I'd have to have surgery. And this was a little bit more intense because they're going to have to go in with some cameras and potentially remove some of my lung. Meanwhile, I got to try some pretty awesome hospital food.
Look at my meal. Just showed up. It's so awesome. I don't know what's in this, but it is probably going to be awesome.
I had a nurse botch my IV injection twice.
Remember all the blood that's on the sheet? That was awesome, Cynthia.
I should remember.
Yeah,
You were really good at putting the needle in. Just
Are you making fun of my nails?
this might freak you out. Oh my god. Yep. It's my arm and the nurse. So it's probably really close to my face. The nurse. Try to do it here. And blood all over the sheets. Oh, they've changed the sheets. We can still see some blood around. There's a really big bloody patch. I can't. Oh, there it is, hiding. Anyways, oh, it was so scary when the two went in me, because I just, oh man, it felt. They said it's gonna feel like tickling. I'm like, bullshit. This is not tickling. So I called them out on it, and then I don't know if they changed anything, but, whew, feeling so crazy, but good, because it doesn't hurt anymore.
I had a lot of random strangers just wheel me around the hospital to and from x-rays.
I don't know who's pushing me, so it's kind of cool. I thought I was just going on my own for a little while. This is sweet.
But even with that tube sucking all that air and pinky kind of blood stuff from my chest out, my lungs still wasn't inflating, so I found out that I was going to have to go into surgery.